Hey YouTube, welcome back. We're in Ladysmith, BC, and this is a 2016 Bavaria Vision 42. Come on aboard, let's check it out. We'll get on board, we'll get inside, we'll get down below. This boat's available on our website, listed for sale, swiftsheryachts.com. Thanks for checking it out, and stay tuned. Next week we'll be posting a video of it sailing underway. But this is more of a walkthrough, so welcome aboard. Starting at the bow, we have an upgraded Rocknet anchor with 300 feet of chain. I don't know if we can get a shot of that. 300 feet of chain, there's about 100 feet of road after that. On an electric Lumar windlass. There's a freshwater washdown pump up here, and the hand control for the windlass as well. The rigging on Bavaria is Selden, so we have the Furlex head sail furler. The head sail is a 108%, so it's a small sort of jib, not a massive overlapping. You know, there is a tie down point. This point over here on the bow roller for your Jenniker. And a large 9.5 aluminum rib comes with the boat, plus an outboard, and I'll get a shot of that as we get back to the cockpit. At the rig itself, they've added a whisker pole. It's on an adjustable track as well, so that's good for pulling out the head sail. You have radar mounted above the steaming light, and there's an additional pole topping lift there as well. Spinnaker halyard up there as well. So it's an in-mast furling, and what I do like about Selden's in-mast furling system is this winch head right here. You can put a winch handle in there, and you have a direct 90-degree gear right on the spindle to roll away the mainsail. The sails are the stock sails, upgraded, not the basic sails from Bavaria, which are Elvstrom, but they have upgraded the sails from the factory. Handrail easily accessible with the taller coach roof of this deck saloon, and a nice Dodger Bimini full enclosure. Now they have the Strataglass enclosure, but they also have a mesh bug screen enclosure all the way around the cockpit as well. And then there's 3 solar panels up here, plus an extra solar panel that hasn't been installed yet. All the lines lead aft to the cockpit, basically to get the sails into position. You have halyards, in-haul, out-haul for your mainsail furler, and spinnaker halyard, all led to a central coach roof winch. But all the control lines, like Genoa sheet, main sheet, boom vang, they're all led aft to the helm stations, port and starboard. So all the sailing is basically done back here at the helm, which allows for a really nice, comfortable guest area in your cockpit. And if folks want to come along and participate, they can. But if they just want to relax, they can have a place to sit that's out of the way of the operation of the boat. The split helms lead to a drop-down transom, And for photos of the accessibility through the stern of the boat, just go check out our listing. I put up quite a few photos of the cockpit, especially with all the cushions out. This whole area, this table lowers on an electric ram, and it goes down to like bed level height. But not only that, like it opens up, you know, wide and becomes another bed surface out here. So you have a lovely sort of double day bed in the cockpit. That little rocker switch right there, let's get a shot of that. So that's my control for the table there. At the helm on port side, you have a remote VHF, binnacle compass, and then a Garmin repeater. And then over on the starboard side, you have the plotter, which shows the radar as well. And then a repeater, and then your autopilot control, plus your bow thruster as well. And then engine controls. Engine controls are on starboard as well. And I'll show you the hours there. So 802.1 hours on the Volvo diesel. So under the storage, under the helm seat, propane locker, so actually let's show you those as well. Everyone likes to know what size these are. So you got one in storage. So that looks like about an 11 pound, 10 pound steel propane cylinder, and the other one that's hooked up to the stove and oven down below. So one in storage, one opened up, and then I like this locker too, dedicated for the shore power cable. Gives it a place to live when it's not in use. And another little glove box here as well. And then these little spots at the ends of the coaming are like little dashboards. There's a place in there where you can install future electronics. There's access to the steering and more additional storage underneath the, basically I guess the walk-through here that we're at the helm. The main storage in the cockpit though is through this lazarette, which is absolutely massive. It does feature a full height walk-through door in the from the interior, and I'll leave that open so we can get a shot of it when we go inside the boat. There's a shot of our cockpit. As you first enter the boat, there's actually a nice little key storage right here. This switch is the master switch for the house battery bank. So it's right within access. You arrive at the boat at dark, you can flip that switch on, assuming you've left a couple light switches on. You won't be tripping over yourself in the dark as you enter your boat. So a view from the companionway below is a very bright and airy interior with a ton of headroom. So here, let's flip it over to me. Hey, hi there. So I'm 6'1". There's almost 7 feet of headroom inside the main saloon. Standing over the galley would be the tallest area, but as I even walk forward, here I am going into the forward cabin, and still standing headroom in the forward cabin. Okay, there's a shot of the interior in the main saloon. So this table in the saloon, this kind of demonstrates the size of the table in the cockpit as well. Again, they can flip over in half, just become a small little coffee table or a full-size dinner table. And then again on a rocker switch, they can lower and raise to any level you like, including all the way down to bed level. The cushions to convert this settee into a bed are included as well. And just pointing out that this boat does come with a water maker. The system itself is laid out underneath this settee on the starboard side. There are massive lockers throughout this boat. One of the most popular models in our local area from Bavaria is this model, the Vision 42. It's a boat that's easily handled by one or a cruising couple, yet can take guests very comfortably, even expand sleeping for additional guests. But there are 2 dedicated staterooms on this boat and a nice large head that I'll get to. But let's check out the galley. So we have a dual sink system on the center line of the boat. Again, that companionway is offset to starboard, which allows for the larger sitting area in the cockpit. Nice little dish drying rack there built in. A little quick shot of the aft stateroom. This boat does include all the cockpit cushions, and those could normally live in the storage room. This aft cabin features 2 single berths that can convert to make one large king size berth. And again, check out our listing at swiftsheryachts.com for full photos of the aft cabin converted into 2 singles or a large king. So in the galley features a separate freezer from the refrigerator, and the refrigerator features front loading access as well as top loading access. Dual burner on a gimbaled stove and oven, large drawers for storage, cutlery drawer, and spice rack and storage above in front of the stove as well, plus ventilation above. And again, being a raised deck, there is a lot of space for additional storage beneath the again, that's probably an 18-inch, 16 or 18 inches of depth there in the bilge, with a nice dry bilge as well. And there's some plumbing systems. You got your hot water tank and domestic water pumps, plus your shower pump. I see your bilge pump down there, all easily accessible. Since we're discussing access, let's have a look under the companionway steps. And there is our engine room access. The other side of the engine can be accessed through the aft cabin. Start battery is brand new this year. And oh yes, of course, that is the D250, which is a 50 horsepower. Let me double check that. My bad. Let's get a light on that. That's the D240. So the D240 is a 4-cylinder, 40 horsepower Volvo with sail drive. And there's a folding prop on the sail drive. And then the 3-bladed fixed prop that came with the boat is still here as a spare. On the port side, we have the nav station, which is utilized with this table between the two settee chairs. This table can lower, and this whole area can become one long settee for additional sleeping or additional seating area. And what I like about this is that someone working the nav station can face aft and have a direct line of sight communication to someone at the helm, or they can face forward and orient themselves next to the controls. So you have a DC panel with a Fusion stereo below that, with indoor and outdoor speakers, a Webasto diesel furnace, the Xantrex battery monitor, Simrad radio, again with the remote mic at the helm, AC outlet, DC outlet, DC outlet, DC outlet, and the standard Bavaria yachts electrical panel with fuses in behind. So nav desk does have space below for folded charts, storage, 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 storage. Lots of room to stow stuff on the boat. And then storage below these seats as well. Let's go check out the head, and we'll get to the forward cabin after that. So this is the main head. It's standard location on the boat. Some of these boats do have a forward ensuite. You have a nice sink, Corian countertop, big bright windows, lots of daylight ventilation as well. And then a separate shower stall with its own drain, own controls, a dedicated shower stall. Again, the headroom in here is about 6'7", 6'8". This is one of the unique features of this design and makes it so popular, is that this is practically a third cabin, but is a dedicated utility room, systems room, storage room. So for a cruising couple that are going places and gotta take some stuff with them, this space offers, it's basically your garage. You've got a ton of storage throughout. Let's migrate to the forward cabin. As with most boats this size in the 40-42 foot range, the forward cabin is the master cabin. The space in here is very generous. There's opening hatches above for light and ventilation, and there are windows in the side of the hull for visibility out. You're at an anchorage, you hear a funny noise out there, you kind of want to put eyes on it, and that gives you the ability to do that. And nice lighting throughout, headboard forward, feet pointing aft, and a nice step around each side to get up onto the bed. On the port side, there's a nice hanging locker with cubbies to the side. And over on the starboard side, there's a little workspace, desk, vanity, however you wish to use it, with storage and a mirror and soft closing. And then this little stool, it nestles into place there, so it won't go sliding around while you're underway, but it is movable, and it's just a storage box underneath as well. And again, more closet space and storage here. This is the cushion for the salon table to be converted into a double. And note the electric fans around for additional airflow. So just a note about these side windows. Let's get a, it's hard to see if it's visible right there. I'll try and get the camera on it. It's hard to see, but these are tempered glass. There are 8 large side windows on the deck and 6 windows throughout the hull that are all glass, so they'll stay clear. They are stronger. They're just a superior material to the plexiglass version that you see on boats a fair bit. In fact, these ones overhead as well are tempered glass as well. So a higher cost originally from the factory, but the value is in the longevity. The flat screen TV and a little weather station up there on the port side. And that's pretty much the interior. Just forgot to show there's more storage underneath the sink here as well, and then a pull-out garbage recycling bin. And then moving back into the cockpit, I like how the table's offset and there's always a clear line of traffic from the companionway out the stern of the boat. The davit system was added recently as well, and then there's an outboard that goes with the boat. Again, check the specs online if you're, or send me a message and I'll be right in touch with you. There's the information there. There's my phone number, and swiftshireyachts.com is our website. Well guys, thank you very much for joining me today on this lovely day in Ladysmith, BC aboard Sedna, the beautiful 2016 Bavaria 42 Vision. Looking forward to your comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I will be posting more videos like this. It's a little difficult to come see boats nowadays, but hopefully these videos are helping. And if I can do anything to improve, I would love to hear it. Thank you very much. Hope you guys are having a great day.